Hey y'all. Well met. It's Alan. Today is day 10 of the community Vlogmas. And the question for today is, who has had the most impact on your life? My grandfather, my great-grandmother, um, those two have probably had the biggest impact on my life from my personal family. One person whom I've never actually told this to, but I would have loved to. I don't think she's even still there. But well, two people who've had the biggest influence, the biggest impact. Two of my high school teachers. Um, Ms. Curtis. I think that was her maiden name. She was married, but I think that was her maiden name. Because she was a teacher before she was married, and so I think she just kept using her maiden name. Um, but Miss Curtis, my high school English lit teacher, had a very big impact on my life because um, we wrote a lot in that class, and and so it was writing wasn't that class introduced me to writing as as a method of expression rather than a chore that had to be done. And so I think in a lot of ways, Ms. Curtis, because of that, had a huge impact on my life because I still write to this day all the time. Like I keep a journal, it's like off and on. Like I keep a journal off and on, but I write blog posts and I wrote a book. And it's like, like writing is part of me. It's like things that writing is a thing for me. And my other high school English lit teacher, Mr. Martin, who was my English lit teacher in my junior year, I think, he basically, for a final, we had to write a paper as a final, and the topic was our choice, and it was just like a free for all, write what you want to write, and but make it good because it's your final. And I wrote my paper that I wrote for my final in that class was, oh my God, what was the title? I believe the title was the feminine archetype in Christianity, or the feminine divine in Christianity, or something like that. And um, I had this um, this Jesuit prayer book from the Society of Jesus, or the Society of Jesuits, or I don't know how it's called, but it's a Catholic um, society. It's a Catholic order. It was a priest's individual personal prayer book that went through like all of the holidays and all of the uh, it went through all of the Catholic holidays and prescribed, prayer and ceremony for all of them. It included wedding ceremony. It included um, uh, daily devotions. It included uh, what were they called? Ejaculations, um, which are like short prayers that you just. It included it included prescriptions for what were they called? Um, the papers you could get for free sin. Like that's the only way I can think of it. Um, uh, Plenary indulgence. That's it. The plenary indulgence. It had prescriptions for plenary indulgences, and like, I mean, it was a whole thing. I still have that book, and I actually found it at a yard sale. I purchased it at a yard sale. But it's like a priest's manual, and it's like it. So, anyways, I pulled stuff from that about the feminine divine, Mary. I pulled from uh, articles about the um, the the spring at Lourdes, the healing spring at Lourdes, the like I pulled from all sorts of different things, and basically wrote a paper on the feminine archetype of divinity in Christianity, and um, I got I think I got a B plus on that paper if I'm not mistaken. I still have it. It's in a folder in a desk in a file cabinet somewhere, but if I'm not mistaken, I got a B plus on that paper. I wrote that paper, and Mr. Martin just like from that point was like, he gave me the weirdest looks sometimes. But the thing about Mr. Martin was Mr. Martin practiced some sort of pagan system or practice or something, or maybe it was indigenous North American. I don't remember. But the man wore um, a medicine pouch, a medicine bag around his neck every day. And yeah. hmm And if I'm not mistaken, I think he carried a pouch of tobacco to leave as gift, to leave as to honor the land or trees or something where he went to honor the spirits. So I know that man practiced some kind of paganism, but we never got into it. Um, and I wore a pentacle to high school so many times to class, especially to that class. So I know he knew that I was not a Christian, but when I wrote the paper on the feminine archetype in Christianity, the feminine archetype of the divine in Christianity, he gave me the strangest looks after that. And but I enjoyed him. His teaching style was really cool. I liked Mr. Martin a lot. And so he kind of encouraged me towards the writing thing too. So Ms. Curtis and Mr. Martin, if you ever see this, and if I ever get to see either of you again, I would love to thank you both in person. But if y'all ever see this, goddess bless y'all, because I know you put up with some crap from me, and I know that y'all made a huge impression on my life when it comes to writing, because y'all completely changed how I thought of writing. Y'all gave me a mindset shift that has served me super well for a good many years. So I appreciate both of you so fully. Peace, blessed be, and namaste.